Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs by NeoIAS. Today is 28th December 2019 and the topics for discussion are Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, Cotton Technical Assistance Program, Chief of Defence Staff, that is CDS, Mahadi River Dispute, and finally the current affairs capsules. Coming to the first topic of the day, which is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. Now, there's a news because CSIR has actually developed a new low-cost technology to produce geranium saplings. Now, from that you need to know is that geranium plant has a huge medicinal value and its essential oils works as an anti-inflammatory and antiseptic agent. Now, the production of geranium has actually, got a boost under the Aroma Mission. Now, talking about this technology, understand the geranium cultivation is being done under aerated glass house as of now. Okay. Now, with the help of this new technology, the geranium can be cultivated at farms just like any other crop. And by this technology, we can lower down the cost of sapling production. As of now, I think the sapling cost is around 35 rupees and that can be reduced even further. Now, coming and talking about geranium, understand this plant is actually originally from South Africa and is predominantly used in the manufacturing of essential oils. Now, in India, this plant is cultivated in Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and the northeastern regions. Now, coming and talking about CSIR, that is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. CSIR is actually an autonomous body and the largest research and development organization in India. It was established in 1942, that is even before independence, and it is mainly funded by the Ministry of Science and Technology. It's an autonomous body registered under the Societies Registration Act of 1860. And currently, the chairman of CSIR is the Prime Minister of the country. Okay. Now, CSIR's research and development activities actually includes aerospace engineering, ocean sciences, structural engineering, metallurgy, life sciences, chemicals, mining, food, petroleum, leather and environment. So, there's a very large array of areas that CSIR actually does research and development in. Now, coming and giving a short idea about the Aroma Mission. Now, the CSIR's Aroma Mission actually aims to increase the income of farmers through cultivation of high value and high demand aromatic crops. Okay, now this will be about from 30,000 to 60,000 hectares per year. The farmers will get an income. Now, these high value, high demand aromatic crops, that includes actually rosemary, lavender and lemongrass. Now, under this mission, the crops are to be promoted in unproductive and wastelands. Okay, so that is the main idea under the Aroma Mission. Now, this unproductive and wasteland actually also includes lands that are affected by drought, salinity, water scarcity and floods. Now, coming to the next topic of the day, which is Cotton Technical Assistance Program. Now, this is news because the Union Ministry of Textiles has actually done its year-end review, and under that we'll be dealing with the Cotton Technical Assistance Program. So, coming and talking about what is this program, actually India has implemented the Cotton Technical Assistance Program, that is Cotton TAP1, that is phase 1 of about 2.85 million US dollars for 7 African countries, and these countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, Chad, Uganda, Malawi and Nigeria, and this was done in the time span between 2011 and 2018. Now, the technical assistance program actually aims at improving the competitiveness of the cotton and cotton based textiles apparel industry in these 7 countries. Now, the thing is that at the partners conference in Geneva, the textile minister actually announced that India will launch a second phase of this cotton technical assistance program. Now, in the 5-year-long second phase, the program will be scaled up in size and in coverage and will also be introduced in 5 additional African countries, and that is going to be Mali, Ghana, Togo, Zambia and Tanzania. So, in total under this program, we'll have 11 African countries. Now, one more thing you have to keep in mind here is the integrated textile parks. Now, the government is actually implementing the scheme for integrated textile parks, which actually provides for creation of a world-class infrastructure facilities for setting up textile units. Okay. So now under this, the government of India will grant, up to 40% of the project cost, and that will have a ceiling of rupees 40 crore. Now, as far as the northeastern states goes, and the hilly states goes, the government of India will be backing it up by 90% of the entire fund. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic of the day, which is Chief of Defence Staff. Now, the Chief of Defence Staff is actually in news because the Union Ministry of Defence, that is the Defence Ministry, has done its yearly review and the government has approved the creation of the post of the Chief of Defence Staff. Now, coming and talking about what is this CDS or Chief of Defence Staff. The CDS is actually a single point military advisor to the government. Now, it will coordinate the long-term planning, procurements, training, logistics of all the three services, which are the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. Now, the CDS will also head the Department of Military Affairs, which is to be created within the Ministry of Defence, and it will also the CDS will also act as its secretary. Now, the decision of the CDS will lead to improved coordination between the armed forces. Now, coming to the conditions of the Chief of Defence Staff. Now, the post is that of the rank of a 4-star general with salary and prerequisites equivalent to that of a service chief. Okay. Now, the CDS, that is Chief of Defence Staff, will not be eligible to hold any government office after demitting the office of the Chief of Defence Staff. Moreover, no private employment without prior approval for a period of 5 years after demitting the office of CDS is actually allowed for the CDS. Now, coming and talking about the background, understand the proposal for a CDS has been there for over 2 decades, and it was first made by the K. Subramaniam Committee appointed after the Kargil conflict of 1999. And the Subramaniam Committee was actually made to recommend higher military reforms. Okay. Now, the CDS is also one of the recommendations made by Lieutenant General D.B. Shetakar Committee, or the Shetakar Committee, which is popularly known. As of now, coming to the current status, as what do we have right now? In the absence of a CDS, the senior most of the 3 chiefs will function as the chairman of the Chief of Staff Committee. Okay. Now, this is actually an additional role, and the tenures for this Chief of Staff Committee is actually very, very short. Now, coming to the next topic of the day, which is the Mahadevi River dispute. Now, you have to understand is that the Mahadevi River actually rises in the Western Ghats from the Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary of Karnataka's Belgavi district. Now, this river actually flows westward and it enters Goa from the Satari Taluk of the North Goa districts. And a number of streams join, the flow of the river to form the Mandavi, which is one of the 2 major rivers that flows through Goa, and it joins the Arabian Sea at Panaji. Understand the Mahadevi River actually stretches for 111 kilometers, and over 2/3 of the river stretch actually lies in Goa, which is around 76 kilometers. It lies in Goa. Now, the Mandavi is important for Goa also because it is one of the few sweet water resources at the state's disposal. Okay, because majority of the rivers in Goa are actually salt water. Okay, it's not the normal water that we get. That's why it's called the sweet water. Now, most of Goa's 11 rivers actually contain salt water, and Mandavi ensures water security in that region, and also is a major source for fishing in that region. Now, coming and talking about the Mahadevi Water Disputes Tribunal. See, the Mahadevi Water Disputes Tribunal actually is consists of Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Goa, and it was formed in 2010. Now, one more thing you have to know here is that about the Kalasa Banduri Nala project. Now, the Kalasa Banduri Nala is actually a project undertaken by the government of Karnataka to improve the drinking water supply to the districts of Belgavi, Dharwad, and Gadgad. Okay. Now, it involves building across Kalasa and Banduri 2 tributaries of the Mahadevi River to divert water into the Malprabha River. Now, Malprabha River will supply the drinking water needs of these 3 different districts. However, this project actually, soon went into trouble because Goa raised its objections to the project, claiming that the project will actually harm Goa's flora and fauna. Now, the next is the current affairs capsules, and under the first capsule under the current affairs capsules is the National Tribal Dance Festival. Okay. Now, the National Tribal Dance Festival is an annual festival celebrated by the Aborigines and tribals of India. And the festival is used to basically mark and celebrate the dances of Adivasi and tribal people in India, as well as their indigenous tribal dance culture. Now, this tribal dance festival is held annually during the month of December and is organized by the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs in collaboration with the respective state governments where the fest will be held. Now, the next capsule for the day is going to be the Ratapani Wildlife Sanctuary. Understand the Ratapani Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the Raisen district of Madhya Pradesh in the Vindhyan range in central India. Now understand this sanctuary runs parallel to the northern side of the Narmada river, and the Kolar river actually forms the western boundary of the sanctuary. Now this sanctuary has the Bhimbetka, that is a group of rock shelters and rock paintings, which is actually one of the world's heritage site declared by UNESCO. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts or queries, you can write down in the comment section below. For additional information, please log into our current affairs website, which is www.neoiascap.com. Thank you and good night.
Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website neoiascap.com for the detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel, that is Neo IAS Prelims, at 9:30 p.m. every day. Thank you.